In the previous video, we created this bungalow. In this session, we're going to look at construction lines, creating elevations, and adding details to those elevations, including heads and sills, trees, people and cars, and so on. We'll then have a look at dimensioning, and finally, adding labels to the drawing. First of all, I'm going to zoom out on the drawing, and I'm going to place some construction lines to help me place my elevations. I go into the Drawings and Annotation ribbon and select a vertical construction line. I'm going to place that on that corner, and you can see a construction line has appeared on the drawing. I'm then planning to add my elevations across the drawing at about this level, so I'm just going to place a construction line there to give me a guideline. I then press Escape on my keyboard so that I can move to the next command. I'm going to go to the Views and 3D ribbon, and this time I'm going to select Draw Elevation. Drawing elevations is really easy. Again, you can refer to the command window as you're going along through your training. So I'm going to draw an elevation on this elevation. The command window then says to provide the observation point, so I'm going to stand in front of the building. I'm then going to reach in as far as the ridge line because I want to show that on my elevation, and to the left and the right of the building. I then have to give a reference point, so I'm going to use the left-hand corner of the building and then drag that down and place it on the intersection of the elevations. You can see the elevation has appeared automatically. I'm going to close the 3D window because that can affect the speed of the software. I'm then going to do a rear elevation. Select the rear wall, my observation point, reaching as far as the ridge, left and right, and again the left-hand corner of the building. Place that on the construction line. The elevation appears. Repeat the process for the right-hand elevation. I want to go as far as this ridge, left, right, and the furthest point to the left of the building. Place it on the drawing. Repeat the process for the final elevation. You'll notice at the bottom of the screen that the software is auto-saving, so my software has paused. If ever you have a malfunction with your computer, you can always recover the information by going to that folder. I'm going to pick the elevation again, choose the wall, reaching as far as the ridge, left, right, left-hand corner, and again place it on the drawing. At this stage I can remove the construction line, and you can see the elevations have been quickly prepared. If I zoom into a particular elevation, I can then decide whether I'm happy with it. This elevation here looks a bit plain, so I think I'm going to add a couple of windows to either side of it. So I zoom in on the plan, go to the architectural ribbon, choose the softwood dummy bar sash windows. I'll pick a 1050 deep window, 600 wide. I can confirm the dimensions. Again, I can confirm things like fixing details. All of this information has been captured for use in the estimator. I can confirm the reveal depth, so the software calculates the plastering. I can confirm whether the window boards are plastered and decorated. Finally, the decoration on the window itself and whether I'm going to apply sealant. All this information is being captured for use in Estimator Express. Press Finish, and I can place the window either on the middle of the elevation on the outside or the middle on the inside. If we zoom out, we'll see the elevation is still not showing those windows. But I can now select the elevation itself, middle click, and do a recalculation of the elevation. I'd now like to add some additional details to that elevation. I'm going to add some stone sills. Select a suitable sill, 1400 sill. Confirm the time that I want to allow to fix the stone and any sundry items. Press finish and place it on the drawing. If I right click, it'll repeat that exercise. I can do that on all the other similar windows. I can then repeat that process for the small windows. I'm happy with the times already. Place those on the drawing. Remember to move the drawing itself, press the middle mouse down, hold it, and then you can then drag the drawing to the left or the right or up or down. I'll then put some heads on those small windows. And as an exercise, I'll place some soldier course over some of the other items. So confirm the height of the soldier course, whether I wish to omit the equivalent facing bricks. So what the software will actually do is to allow for a feature brick to be used on the head, and it'll omit the standard bricks when it calculates the estimate. And I'll do the same there, just add a bit of detail. I can then place items such as trees and people. To do that, I go into the non-estimated symbols library, and I'm going to go into the landscaping section. This may take a couple of seconds as there are hundreds of symbols in the library. Got fencing, trees and so on. I've also got some composite graphics here with people and trees, vehicles. So I'm going to pick the vehicle first of all. Place it on the drawing, rotate, and use the Shift key to keep it at right angles. And I can then drag it. Incidentally, on any graphic within the system, you'll notice there are little red squares. Those are handles that you can grab hold of to move any particular item. Another technique you can use with the software is to place your object adjacent to a snap point, and then if you look in the command window, you'll see that it says IntelliSnap snap point has been found. What the software is actually doing is snapping onto a particular line. So if I move that over, you'll see that that snap point has been utilized by the software. I can then add some trees, or a tree. And I can add some people. You can see there's a very large library of items to choose from. The next thing I'm going to have a look at is the dimensioning command. The dimensioning command allows you to quickly dimension all the walls on your drawing. I'm going to zoom in using the scroll wheel, drag the drawing down by middle click and holding the scroll wheel down, picking a wall, and then middle click on the wall, and I can then select the dimension command. The software then immediately calculates the dimensions of that elevation. Show you that again. One more time. The dimensions appear. If you then align it with the main dimension line, the other dimensions then will sort themselves out. So I can quickly work my way around the entire drawing and dimension it in just a few seconds. I can do the same thing within the internal walls. And so on. I can then add notes to the elevation, and I'm going to do that by setting out a construction line relative to the elevation here. I could just place it, but as an exercise I'm going to snap onto that corner there, press the R key for relative, and type in 2000 down. So I've hit my down arrow on my keyboard, entered 2000, and the line automatically appears there. I can repeat that process there. Right click, click R on my keyboard, press the down arrow on my keyboard, press 2000, and the line appears at the correct offset. I then need to press escape to exit using the construction line. I can then go to the notes picker and add various elements to the drawing. Front elevation for argument's sake. Pick that. If I want to, I can change the size of that. I can make it italic. I can change the font if I want to. I can reposition it with the handle so that it's central on the elevation. Same with the rear elevation. If I press R on my keyboard, it'll jump to the labels or notes beginning with R. Double click on that to pick it. Place it on the elevation. Press S to locate the side elevation. Repeat the process. And there we have it. I'm now going to hide the construction lines using the toggle visibility. So that's hidden those construction lines, not removed them. So if I press it again, they will reappear. That can be quite a useful feature. Let's now have a look at the Views and 3D menu in more detail. Click on the Select View tab and choose Roof Lines. Now you can see that only roof lines appear on screen. Click again. This time choose All Items Hatching Off. This time you can see that everything is now being shown, but the hatching has been suppressed. You can also create your own views by switching off various layers in the software. See help for more details on how to do this. You can also change the appearance of your 3D model. Click on the Textures button, choose the item you wish to change, in this case roofs. Double-click on the texture, choose an alternative texture, click OK, and view the 3D model. You can now see that the 3D model has the revised tiling. With the hatching now suppressed, spend a few minutes adding the bathroom walls, doors and adding labels using the techniques described in the previous videos.